Hey guys, this is Tony and Kris coming at you with the Dive Bar Hunters, where we go out and review all the different places out there that you may want to go to, you may not want to go to. We do. We travel around all over the United States. We try these different places because it's a passion of ours. We do a lot of traveling now, so we just go out and review dive bars. We enjoy those places. We love the environments, and this is our second episode that we put out. The first episode got some good reviews, and some reviews weren't good because we hurt some Wisconsinites' feelings with the Chatterbox review, which is very accurate. The review was very accurate about the
It
Chatterbox.
is.
It should be known as a shooterbox. Anyway, I won't, I won't say that. But anyway, so we come at you guys with another episode. Like I said, we talked about the Chatterbox there, and we hinted at a place we stayed that was haunted. And we said the last time that if someone wanted to know about them, they will, hit us up and we'll let you know. And so we've got some people that was hitting us up, want to know about the scary haunted house that we stayed in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're going to tell you a little bit about that. Then we're going to go ahead and introduce some things here we have for you. Then we'll let you know about the dive bar that we're reviewing this week. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the haunted house that we stayed in. And Kris, what was the address of that place?
Oh gosh, it was 3313 North 11th Street in Wausau, Wisconsin. So, when we travel around, of course, we have to find places to stay and it's not a hotel. So, they have these special things called furnish finders. It's kind of like Airbnb for those traveling healthcare people. So, I found this and I was so excited because it's super cute on the outside. It looks like a little cabin, little woods around it, and had like the screened in porch. And I was like, oh man, that's absolutely perfect. The pictures were adorable. Well, sometimes pictures are deceiving, right? I think that they must have opened up all the windows on a really sunny day in order to get those pictures, right? So
Right.
we pulled up into this place, and I think your expression was, "What is this?"
Yeah, I think that was my expression.
Yeah.
I was, oh
Well,
man.
it was not as descripted, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Which, okay, it is what it is, right? Like, we're here for a few months, that's all. Um, but as we started touring the little house, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird." Going
Yeah.
down into the basement, this staircase gave me the creeps. This is a
Yeah.
little strange. Um, but I don't know that I started really kind of getting the ick from the very first day. I think you
Yeah.
did. I don't know. Did you
Yeah,
get
I
the ick
did
from
from
the very beginning?
I did. I don't know, I had these vibes. I just had this feeling because from the moment we drove up into this long driveway, really long driveway, it's unexpectedly long for the neighborhood. So, as we drove up to this place and then as we got to the side of the house where the driveway ended, and it was just like, this just, I don't know. So we're going through the patio door, through the screened patio door, and you had to force our way open through that a little bit.
We did.
Then we went into the house, and I tell you, almost immediately, it didn't match the outside. The outside almost seemed sunny and bright, almost. But when you went inside, it just had a darkness to it. Everything was dark.
Heaviness. A
Yeah, it's very
heaviness.
heavy. And it's like they decorated the place with they went to every thrift shop out there and just got different rugs, and nothing matched on the floor. None of the furniture matched.
Overlapping rugs, let's just
Yeah,
say.
yeah, and it's like it's like your grandma's house that just stays. I don't know,
Yeah.
grandma that stays there. No one comes visit. No one comes and visit her, but her house is just old and dingy. And man, you go in there, you come right into the kitchen, and it's open floor plan, but it's the whole house. I mean, that main floor had to be what, 200 square foot, if that, maybe,
Oh, I don't know. I
maybe a
mean,
little bit
I'd
bigger than
say
that.
maybe a little bit more, and it's kind of set in a square style, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like on one half of the house, you have the kitchen, the living room, and then the other half, you have the bathroom, and then I guess it was a bedroom.
I don't know, but that's the one where because right off the living room, you go through the kitchen, you come in through the sliding doors, you go to the right, you're in the kitchen. And then just a few steps, there's a table, then a few steps, you're in the living room. And when I say few, I mean one, maybe two.
For
You're
sure,
in the living
right?
room. And I tell you, the pictures, they made the place look like it was just huge. It was massive. But when you get there, it's like, oh, is this it? And so they have a piano over here, which I don't know why that was there. They had, banjo on the wall. And I don't know why that was there, and the living room furniture, I'm just gonna say this cubby was the living room, and it had just no matching furniture. And then you go to the left, and there's this bedroom. I think that was a bedroom. I called it a bedroom. It was open like a freeway walk through from there to the bathroom. It had a
Yeah,
half a bed and and the spooky cabinet. But before you walk in there, there was this stairs going upstairs. Looked like they remodeled the place and just put stairs in the living room. So you go up these
mhm,
stairs and you get to the top, and to the right is this dark little cubby. It had a window, but it was so dark up there. It was just creepy. And on the
yeah,
left side is the bed, and there's a television, and it was just a weird setting. And I know as
yeah,
we were looking through this place, and we're looking upstairs, we're bringing our luggage, and we're looking at it. And right on that right side, right by the railing, there was this. You've all seen these scary movies with the box you open and it's like got chains on it and it's old scary
yeah.
box and antique and and Chris says, Tony, if we come up one day and that box is open, we're done here. We're out of here. And so trust me, every day I came in there, I kept looking at that box. Is it open? Did something come out of
Every
it?
day. You're not
Oh my
lying, every
gosh.
single day. I
Every
did
single
too.
day. And then the bathroom was on the main floor. So you go by that bedroom to that little room, and then you go in, then there's the bathroom, and it has two openings to that door, then the other side. And in the toilet, if you're at the toilet, right in front of you is this huge window. I mean, there's no curtains. There's no
None.
anything.
There
You
was
just
none.
you're dropping a deuce, waving at the neighbors. Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all? How you doing? Good to see you guys. So you're sitting there,
Oh,
and then
that was a mess.
coming out of there to the left, you walk out and you're in this thin hallway. Because as soon as you open that bathroom door, you're like maybe 2 feet from a wall, and there's a big
Yeah,
mirror there.
yeah,
And you go to the left, and then you go down the stairs into the basement. The basement was, I don't know, man. It was weird, and the laundry's down there. But every time I go to those stairs, I just felt something on my back. Something was right there in my ear. So I would do some laundry. And I think I'm a brave guy, but I would do laundry fast. Chris wouldn't do laundry down there. I would do laundry very fast. I'd go down there and it just felt like something was hovering over my shoulder. Every time I find
yeah.
myself looking around everywhere because there's somebody
Mhm.
watching me in this basement. So, and when I come up the stairs, it's like somebody's on my heels every time. So I'm walking
Right?
faster to get up these stairs. And so anyway, just to jump around here, just to jump into this thing, if you're upstairs in the bedroom, when you go up the stairs, there's little railings. So you see through railings,
Like
all the way up the little stairs.
spindles.
Yeah, spindles. That's it. Exactly. Spindles all the way through. And so the bed is right next to it. I remember I was on that side of the bed. So I'm sleeping on that side. But every time if you come, it's a motion detector lights, these little lights you
Mm,
stick everywhere, little, and
right.
they're motion detectors. So when if something, go by, the lights will pop on. So I'm sleeping, got my face towards that way, and then from the bed to that railing, maybe 3 feet, maybe about 3 feet to the railing, and so, and I I sleep in the middle of the night, and I feel the light come on. I know feel because I have to have a pitch black where I sleep when I sleep. Gotta have it pitch black, blacked out curtains, the whole thing. I can't even have a alarm clock with a
Alarm
little
clock.
light on it because I feel that light. I know some of you guys are like that, but so I open my eyes and the light's on the stairs, and there's this face
Stop it.
looking at
That's
me.
you did not
I know
see
you're getting
that.
creepy already. I know you
You
are.
didn't even tell me this.
I didn't take because I didn't want to freak you out on so much stuff. You were freaked out already with the
Ah,
face that you
I
saw in the
was.
mirror.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
I
another story.
That's another thing. So I see this face looking at me and I open my eyes and I close my eyes again just to try to shake it off to make sure I look. Open up again and it's still there. It's just like peeking around the corner at me at these little slats. And I'm just, of
I get
course,
goosebumps just thinking
I
about it.
start praying. I was like, "Oh my gosh," because I figure like this, it's not gonna hurt me if it's already dead. But then again, maybe not get scared the crap out of
Have
me, you
you
know?
seen scary movies? They're your favorite genre. I mean, like,
I know.
really, come on.
I love watching scary movies, but this was too real. So I see the face, and I just like, you know what? I'm gonna roll over to the other side and face Chris and pray this thing goes away, you know. And I know I didn't do the black thing because most black folks they see something. That's why all the scary movies be short of black folks. We're running out the house, we're done. You know. So I rolled over and I roll back over. I roll over and the light goes out. And I roll back over and there's nothing on the stairs. There's nothing there. The lights out, everything. The little motion detector goes away. And so so from that point on, I start sleeping with the suitcase up against that little slack there. So if it's there looking at me,
Oh,
I didn't want to have to look at me. So
yeah.
that was one experience.
Well, and
And
I think it was probably a couple weeks in where I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can find something else because I don't feel it.
yeah,
And we did. We
yeah,
looked elsewhere in this little tiny town. There's not a lot of options. We went and looked
nothing.
for a few other things aside from staying in a hotel for 3 months, which one of us
You
might
don't
go
want to
home
do
in a
that.
body bag. I mean, I'm just saying, and it
I
might be
know.
me.
I know.
So we're like, "All right, let's tough it out," but and I didn't tell you for, like, I don't know, halfway through that 3 months that, like, when you're going down the stairs, you make a left into that little
Little
makeshift
room, whatever it was.
room
Yeah,
towards the bathroom, I always felt that same feeling that you felt, but I didn't
yeah,
realize you were feeling them. Like I
yeah,
had this weird, like I would walk through that room real quick into the bathroom, and the bathroom has two doors. It's like a Jack and Jill bathroom. So you have a door on each
yeah,
side. So I'd have to shut both doors, and I think in fact I told you, please don't ever leave that door to that room shut
yeah. You
in the
always
middle of
wanted
the
to have it.
night
Yeah,
because I wanted
yeah.
to have it open because I was afraid somebody was gonna be on the other side of that door, right?
I
But
know.
one day, like, my experience was I was, like you had alluded to earlier, when you turn left out of the bathroom out that left door, there's that little hallway and there's a mirror. Well, I don't know, middle of the night, I think it was, I stammered down to use the restroom and I walked out that way because again, I don't like walking to the right through that weird room. And I happened to look up and there was an old lady's face looking at me in the mirror. And I was like, I mean, it's the middle of the night, but I'm not like that, right? I don't look like that. And I didn't, it was like a passing. And I walked and I stopped. I was like, wait, that's not my reflection. And I went back and she was gone. And I wanted to be gone. I was like, I don't like this house. I don't like this house. I don't like this
I
house.
know.
It gives me creeps, gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Because what's weird is that there were parts of the house that I didn't feel too bad in, like the living room and kitchen were okay, but that back room, the bathroom, the basement, and one of the reasons why let me backtrack a little bit. One of the reasons why I liked this house was because it has 2 bathrooms, 2 people getting ready, and it was so much simpler than using just 1 bathroom. That was why I was excited. I thought it was all on the
Yeah.
one level. I didn't realize there
No.
was a bathroom in the basement, which is what
Yeah.
they had imaged on this post, right?
And that's a redone bathroom, so they really did it up well in the spooky basement. That was the only thing they sold the place on was
Yeah,
that
well,
bathroom.
after I saw that bathroom in the basement, which was one of the 2 bathrooms that we were going to
Yeah.
use,
Yeah.
I'm out. I don't know how many times did I have to go down there in that basement. I was like, "I don't wanna
But you
go in
never
the
go by
basement."
yourself. Well, one day I played
I
that joke
know.
on you, which remember we were down there we were down there doing laundry or doing something. And then I ran upstairs and I shut the door behind me and you were not happy. You were like,
Oh,
"Don't
man.
play." I think she
Don't
swung at
do
me. I
that
don't
to
know,
me.
but I
I
would have
might
deserved it if
have.
you did. But that was creepy. And remember you
Oh,
told me about that
yeah.
and I was like, "You know what? I've heard some things there in the house and another experience is I was thinking, because I always carry my Bible with me wherever I go, at least, whatever. And so I had it on in the living room. I was there by myself, sitting in the living I was in the living room, had it on the armrest sitting there. And it's a solid armor. There's no curve to it. There's no anything. And I
Right.
remember telling myself, I said, you know what? Whatever's in this house, if it's something evil in this house, it's going to take my Bible and throw it across the room. And I said it joking around about it. So I had it
Did you
sitting
say
there.
it in your
And
head or did you say it out loud?
I can't remember. I can't remember if I said it out loud or not. I probably said it in my head, just thinking that or whatever.
Right.
But as I finished reading it, whatever, I had it sitting there, and so I had my laptop up on on the little coffee table in front of me, getting ready to get started doing what I normally do, get some work done. And I heard a thud, and I was like, I look over there, and the Bible didn't fall off right there. The Bible was maybe 3 or 4 feet in front of where it should have
No.
been,
You
next
did
to the
not tell
table
me
over
that.
here. I know, because you had to stay in this house. You were freaking out about all the other stuff in this house. So I saw that,
Oh.
and I just sort of, right, I picked it up, shut my laptop, went out for a drive. I
I
got the
know,
car
right?
and drove around. Hey, let me look at
Yeah.
Wausau, see what's happening in Wausau, man. It was like, oh my
Well,
gosh. And
I think we said this last episode, which was I don't think I've ever walked every day in my life for like
I
a few
know,
miles until that place because we just needed to get up and get out of the house so
get
that
out of
we
there.
spent the day. We would drive around, we would do some things and walk like we walk along the river and everything. And yeah, it just wasn't a comfortable place. Obviously, there
No,
was
it
something
wasn't.
weird in that house.
Yeah. And this is probably the biggest thing that happened to me in that house. So I can tell you all the stuff now. I told you some of this. You don't remember? I did tell you some of these things. Probably not the Bible thing, but I
Tell
was.
me about the Bible, but I don't know that you remember. I don't remember you telling me how far it had gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it went over there. And so one day
yeah,
I'm at that same table, at that same couch, because that's all they had there was that couch, other than sitting there or upstairs on the bed. And so I was sitting there. Oh yeah, a couple stories. I was sitting there, and so you always feel this is in daylight. I felt like so because the whole house, no matter how bright it was outside, it was dark inside.
yeah, it was.
Dark. I remember opening up all the blinds, all the curtains, and everything else. So maybe I get some sun in here. You go outside and it's sunny. You go
Yeah,
inside, it's just dark. And so I'm
yeah,
sitting there, and in that little room that's right there, that wide open room, I'm like,
creepy.
I'm thinking something is looking at me. Something is looking at me. So I look over there, and that little curtain that was on that wall, remember that curtain that was on a little
Yeah,
window this side? It did like that. There's no air, there's nothing. It just went out. It moved.
really.
And so I'm like, "Oh,
I
come
did
on,
not
man." But I'm
know.
a believer. I'm a Christian man. I got God on my side. I like to tell myself I'm his favorite, you know? So I get up and I go over there and I said, so I'm moving this, make sure there's no vent by it or anything. And right
Right.
behind me, something
No,
right
you
past my
need to
ear. And
stop, man.
I
Come
kid you
on.
not. I kid you not. I turned around so fast 'cause I knew I was going to turn around. And for a split second, I thought you came in the house, but you were gone to work.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like a split
working.
second. I spun around and there was nothing there. And I
It's
said,
crazy.
"This is getting crazy." And the last one here I'll share
I
before we move on, because I don't want to make this about a ghost story place. But the last one, we were in bed one night, and Chris is sleeping on that side because there's a window over there. So she's sleeping on that side. I'm still sleeping by the creepy stairs.
yes.
And on the other side of
I
this
wouldn't
creepy
have knew
stairs
it.
on the other side is that little box, that little creepy demon box. And it was a little
Ugh,
desk over there, like an old fashioned desk back from what was that back
yeah.
from? It was probably
I
back what
don't know. It was like
way
it was
back when.
supposed to be like the parlor room or where you hang your clothes. What is that word? I can't think of the word, but
It wasn't a closet, but it was.
anyway. Yeah,
So
no.
on I had my and by on this side when you come up the stairs, you go to the right. There's that little room, and then on that wall there was this rack. You had my shirts and all that
Mhm.
stuff hanging on there. This just a pole, not a rack, just a pole sticking out. Look at me. Anyway, just a pole sticking out, and so and I had my shirts and stuff hanging there. And so one night I was laying in bed, but it's no the shirts, that little hanging thing is nowhere near the stair. I won't say nowhere, maybe
No, it's
eight
in the
feet
corner of
in.
the room. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe 8 feet in, 10 feet in. So I'm laying in bed and I wake up because couldn't sleep or whatever. Maybe the little spooky guy is trying to talk to me. So I wake up so I roll over and my eyes just go to that area. And I'm looking at the area because for some reason, I could see light coming from downstairs. Remember that porch light used to pop on and off all the time from way downstairs? We see
Yes.
that light
Yeah, yeah,
sometime.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
And so the light's on, and I could barely see, not the little motion detector lights, but the lights from down from the living room area. And I look over there and I see something hanging there, just staying, because I look down to the floor, it's not touching the floor, but it's hanging there. And I'm thinking, all right, Tony, that's just your shirts. But I'm like, I don't have any shirts that long, hanging there. So, hmm. So I turn back over and I wait for maybe 5 minutes or so. And I roll back over and I look, my eyes go right back to that spot. And the spot and the thing is closer now. It's at, you know where the
Mm.
stairs come up the stairs, you go to the left, the beds, and then to the right
Yeah, yeah,
is that little area. It was right at the edge there where you could see it, but you couldn't see it. You know what I mean? Like you see a shadow, something's
yeah.
there, you can barely see it. And so I'm watching this thing, and it's this long because my shirts don't hang to the floor, right?
Right.
I'm a short guy. I'm 6'3". I wish.
I don't think I could
Yeah.
handle you at 6'3". I don't know. I know if
I
the
know.
world could
I'd be
handle
a
you,
mess.
if you were 6'3".
I know. If I was tall, wow. Watch
Oh,
out, world, here I come. Anyway,
the
so
door would have you'd have to walk sideways through the door, I think. I don't
I
know.
barely have to do this big old head now. But so it's to this the thing is like hanging to the floor, and I look up, it's almost touching the ceiling. It's the shape of a
Really?
long, like trench coat, coaty looking thing, and it
Yeah.
literally stand there. And so me and this thing have a stare off because I keep thinking if I look at it long enough, it'll go away or it'll just be my imagination. And it
Right.
did not go away for the longest time, and I just figured, "I'm gonna stare
Really?
this thing down because I'm not a fearful person. I'm gonna stare this thing down." So I stared, I stared some more, I stared some more, stared some more, and it didn't move until I just said, "You know what? I'm gonna go to sleep." It hasn't advanced on me or anything.
Yeah.
I don't need to pull out the gat and start popping at it, you know? I mean, so I just rolled back over, waited for a little bit. Maybe I don't know, maybe I dozed off and woke back up and looked over there. The sun was coming up and it was gone. And I noticed that where the thing was, there's literally nothing there. The shirts are about 8 to
That's
10 feet
crazy.
back. There was nothing there. It was just man. So, but like this,
That's
when we
nuts.
finally left that place, I was rushing to get everything packed up. You know, you always pack up everything, then you go back in and make sure you
Yeah.
don't leave
Yeah.
anything.
You do
I
that
just
like 2, 3
knew,
times no matter where you
yeah,
are.
yeah, and I just knew something was gonna be there. Something was gonna hold me back or whatever, get me from going through that door, man. I was like, "Man, I was so glad to leave that place,
Yeah.
and it was
I
so
know, me
bad
too.
that you were scared to stay. Remember went to go visit my buddy Dustin him,
Yeah,
for,
you
like a
did.
weekend or something like that, and, I was gone, and so you ended up getting a hotel
I
because you didn't
sure
wanna stay
did.
in that house.
I sure did. I stayed in a hotel for 3 nights, I think, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, till you came home on Sunday. I wasn't gonna stay in that house by myself. Absolutely
And I
not.
didn't blame you. I didn't blame you. When you told me you were like,
Best
"What should
money
I
we
do?" And I was
spent
like,
while we were in
"Get a"
Wasco.
I know. I was like, you said, "Well, I don't wanna stay here." I said, "No." I said, "Just get a hotel." You were like, "Ah, I don't want to." I'm like, "Girl, get a hotel," because I would feel
I
better if you
know.
were in a hotel and safe, and I didn't wanna come back and see, like, you doing a zombie walk at me, you know?
Right? I don't know why we didn't think about going through the house and, and claiming the house in the name of God. Like anything that is not of God be gone. Like I don't know why we
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. At the time, I mean, I felt like you where I was like, well, I mean, Jesus got me, so I'll
Yeah.
be all right. We'll be
That's how I
okay.
felt.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. I didn't know all of the things that happened. It's happened a few things for me, but the
Yeah.
bathroom was probably the biggest one, but I didn't know all the things that were happening for you. So, and I feel bad because you were there every day. I mean,
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
at
there by
least had a
myself a lot.
little
That's why
break when I went to work. But
like I told you, I
yeah,
got
that's
out a lot. I got out a lot.
well, we did. We got out a lot and
Yeah.
heck, you could have come and sat with me at the hospital. You could have watched the TV at least.
Yeah.
'Cause
Right?
we didn't have a TV
Oh,
down there.
one day, I forgot to tell you, one day I was upstairs when you were gone. I was upstairs doing something there. It was in daytime or whatever. That banjo on the wall, it,
You told me that,
it
yeah.
yeah, there's something strung
Yeah, yeah,
across it,
yeah.
just boom, played the thing. And I'm like,
No,
what
no,
the heck is that? But
no.
anyway, that was our stay
That's
in
our ghost
Wausau,
house
Wisconsin.
story.
What was the
Yeah,
address again?
I 3313 West 11th Street. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it was
was
a haunted house, guys. So,
and what's funny
uh,
is because, when we moved into the place, I was like, "Man," like, you would never know the house was there until you
yeah,
got there, right? Like,
it
there's
was
no
pushed off
markings
way
on the
back off
street,
the road, up the thing.
on the
Yeah,
hill and everything. What was it, halfway through the time we were there that they finally came and trimmed down the weeds? And
yeah.
so
And it was a
it was like,
beautiful
"Holy
outside when
cow,
they
there's
tipped it down this whole
a
walkway.
patio down there. There's a hallway all the way to the street." I had no
It
idea it
was
was where
crazy.
it was.
It was crazy. Put it like this,
You
they
know,
had a great photographer who took those pictures of that
they
place
did.
online. I
They
mean,
sure
because it was
did.
supposed to be
And
an
it definitely
immaculate
wasn't
place.
worth the rent for sure. And
No.
if anybody in Wausau is wondering why we didn't extend at that location, it wasn't because I didn't love y'all. I loved working with y'all, but we had got to go.
We had got to go,
No,
man. See, this
we
is why we
had to
saw those
go.
different bars and all that kind of stuff. But we did, like
Yeah,
you said, we bashed. We didn't bash on some people. That we just said Wisconsin people have the different personalities there, and that's okay. We met some great people out there. I think the
we
guy that
really
was at
did.
the we stopped at this the Peach Truck.
Yeah.
With a big 18-wheeler Peach Truck coming in the parking lot, and me and
Yep.
this guy get talking. Of course, as always, conversation always leaned to guns, and so we got talking about guns, and he turned us on this one place. It was really cool, really cool. But
Yeah.
anyway, guys,
Yeah, we're gonna
um,
review that place a little later. It was my one of my favorites. Little red granite.
we have a lot to review. We have a lot of places, and we have some more back in Wausau, but we have some places all over the place we've been. Savannah, I
Mhm.
don't know, Kentucky. We got a lot of them that we're going to review with you guys. But today we're going to get into this, guys. But before we tell you about the bar that are the one we're reviewing this week, we do have, like I said, a rating that we're going to give these guys. It's called the sticky mug scale. The sticky mug scale. We're racking our brain what to call this place, and trust me, with my sense of humor, a lot of stuff came up wrong. And Chris kept saying we are not calling it that. All right, then. So,
Yeah, we
with
can't do
Chris,
that.
she came up with the sticky mug. So I'm going to try to read some the level so you understand when we rate these places what they mean. So, sticky mug, you get one sticky mug. It's a health code violation. It's a place where you said sanitizing is strongly recommended. You
It
order a
is.
bottle of beer and you wipe the neck first. So that's the sticky mug health code. I don't know how you come up with this stuff. You're so funny. Anyway, so
Well,
sticky mug two. If it gets two sticky mugs, it's a questionable watering hole. You'll probably survive, but the bartender calls everyone chief. And we've all been to that place. Hey, chief, what can I get
"Hey,
you,
Chief,
chief?
how's it going?"
No. So that'll be sticky mug two. Then we have three sticky mugs for a place. It's called a certified dive. It means it's cheap drinks, weird locals, one story you'll be telling for years. So that's good.
We
It's
have
not
a
not
few
the
of
haunted house
those.
one.
We have a few of those, I think.
We do. We do. And then we have four sticky mugs for a place. It's a PBR paradise. So you guys all know PBR, man. Pabst Blue Ribbon is always, but they've got PBR on tap. And the jukebox that still plays Leonard Skinner. And you stay the last call there.
Right?
That's a four sticky mugs. And then the last and the final is the top, which is the five sticky mugs, which is Randy certified. Randy certified. What's Randy? We all know Randy. Randy's the
Yep.
guy, the place has sticky floors. It's got cold beer, got cash only. We all know Randy's got that one guy sitting at the bar stool with the reserved seat, probably in duct tape, sitting there on there. The guy has the same flannel shirt. He probably got the Grateful Dead T-shirt going on.
Right, right,
Uh,
yeah.
he gets there at 2 o'clock. And he closes every day. He only misses maybe Sunday for church, but he's there all the time. So everybody knows a Randy. Come on, Chris, you know a Randy. You know a
I know a
Randy.
Randy. I know a few Randys, I think, actually.
Right. And I think we met them all. Every bar we've gone to, we met a Randy. And some of you guys will
Every
know.
single bar, I think we've gotten a Randy, actually. Yes.
Yeah, you got a Randy. And if there's a Randy at that bar, is the best. It gets the top, which is five sticky mugs. It's the one that has it all. Sticky floors, cheap beer. It's always PBR, and it's always
Mhm.
$2. Yeah, I think the most I've ever seen was 250 on a PBR. That was the most.
Right? Well, it should be.
um,
I mean, Just saying.
It is. I like a PBR. Shut up. I like it. I like a PBR. It's got everything. It's the bar where you feel welcome. You go in, you're like, this is it. All right. So that's
Mhm.
the sticky mugs. That's how we're going to rate these bars. Then we also have a second rate. The second way we're going to rate, and we're gonna rate the bathrooms. I'm gonna let Chris rate those because we call her Princess Peas a lot because that girl.
So, of course, I know. Everywhere I go, I have to find a restroom. I could rate a restroom across the country. That should be another podcast because
I don't
I could
know.
rate a bathroom with the best of them. I have a couple other friends that do the same thing, but
Yeah,
bathrooms,
but you're
man, no
Princess
matter
Peas a
where.
lot.
Yeah, my kids used to call me Princess Peas a lot when I was raising them. They're like, "Oh, you better hurry up. Princess Peas a lot's got to go." And
Yeah,
they're not wrong, actually. What do I
that's
say?
the
Now
perfect
they
name for
joke
you.
and they say like, "I know, right?" I mean, it's really sad, but that's really the truth. I mean, we can go from Columbus to Cincinnati, and I got to stop like 3 times, and it's an
Oh
hour
my
and a
gosh.
half. It's
And she
ridiculous.
knows when we're driving on the road, where we're going, no matter where we're across the country, she knows this restroom. Like
Hmm.
every 30 minutes, she got to use the restroom, and she's like picking
I
this one
think I
over
need to
that one
see
and
someone
picking this.
about that.
Yeah, you ready? All right, George. I need to see someone about that. But it's the funniest thing I know, and I won't tell you all the stories, but we've been stuck
I
in
can
traffic
I
on
can
those
name
on
a
the
bathroom.
expressway.
Oh, listen, we ain't gonna talk about those
And we're gonna
stories.
talk about
No,
that.
no.
I think it was on the
But
first
I can
travel,
pick a
first time we
bathroom
traveled
at a
together.
gas station. When the first time we traveled together, well, yeah, there might have been a couple experiences that you've never
I
experienced
will
before.
forget. I will forget. I will forget. But anyway, go ahead and give everybody the rating for the bathrooms you're rating so everybody knows how you're going to rate your bathrooms.
Of course. So, as we know, dive bars have questionable bathrooms for the ladies, and I've
Yeah.
never been in
Well,
a
the
men's
guys do.
restroom, but I would assume so that it'd be the men's too.
Oh, the men's
So
bathrooms
we
are
have a
sticky, but we can just stand. We just tiptoe in. You guys got to sit. So
oof, yeah, that's the problem, right? Like we girls, we got some issues. We got to handle some business, right?
yeah, you do.
So I'm gonna make it short and sweet. So we've got 3 bathroom ratings, right? The first one's a hell no. Like the doors open, you think that a part of your soul has left the building. It's that bad.
What's wrong with
Like
you?
you're like, okay, what can I touch? What can I not? Oh, I don't know. Like you like ladies, come on. Like hover P has been activated. You're not touching anything. You've got to make sure that you are
Wait,
like
wait, what did you say? Hover P has been
hover
activated?
P is
Oh my
activated. That
gosh.
is it. Hover P is activated. That is exactly what happens. You're
Well,
like,
you got
wait, I
issues
can't.
there.
You got. Oh well, hello. Yeah, of course I do. But you got to do your business, wash your hands, and get on out of there real quick. So that's a hell no. The
Okay.
second one is a meh. I'll survive. It's gross, but you've really seen worse. Like it's not the worst thing, but it certainly isn't the best. You just better hold your breath, clench really hard, do your business, wash your hands, and go. You got to get in
What?
and get out like a ninja, right?
Oh my gosh. Go ahead,
And the
girl.
last one, of course, is Princess Peasalot approves. Like I like a really clean bathroom. Like if you're going to a Bucky's, that is the ultimate Princess
Yeah,
Peasalot
Bucky's
approved
yeah.
bathrooms, right?
Bucky's
Bucky's
they have do
bathrooms.
have a great. You turned
They're
me on to Bucky's.
clean.
You used to talk about Bucky's forever, and I finally went
Listen,
to him. I was like,
uh,
I see why she likes this place.
yes, now you understand. But so Princess Peasalot approved level is they're clean, they have soap, they have hot water, they have real paper towels. They may have
Okay.
a little few sanitary female things happening there.
Lord.
It's like it's fancy. It's so fancy. It's clean. It's nice. It's like
Is
the
the
Taj
dive bar
Mahal of
fancy?
bathrooms, right? That's
Dive
dive
bar
bar fancy.
fancy?
There you go. It's dive bar fancy, but it's like the Taj Mahal of bathrooms for dive bars. Like that's the ultimate. So
You
that's
know,
our
that's your
rating
rating.
from hell no to Princess Peasalot
You
approved.
as you were talking, Miss Prince, I'm gonna start calling you that, Princess Peas a
Hey,
lot.
just
But
keep it to princess, and that's all you need to know.
oh, you're a passenger princess anyway. But anyway,
Hey, you're not
uh,
wrong, I am.
as
I
you're talking,
absolutely
I
am.
was sitting there thinking about gross bathrooms, and you know, I know one. We're gonna review this bar, but I got to tell you the bathroom now. It's probably the worst bathroom I, as a guy, have ever been into. I don't know how a girl would go in there. It's one bathroom, men and women use it. You walk in
No.
and it has a little slip on the door to lock it. The urinal is right by the door, so the door doesn't close. So you have to hold it and hold yourself. And to the left is a toilet. And
No.
everything's all over the place in this bathroom. You don't want to touch anything, but you got to hold that bathroom door. So I would always grab the toilet paper real quick, grab the door handle,
Mhm.
and then try to do my business. And you're looking around for sanitizer. And guess where they have the sanitizer and the soap and everything? It's out there at the bar. You have to go out the door and
No,
grab
you
it. Just to,
don't.
it's a big pump
Oh,
of
no.
of
Uh-uh.
sanitizer. So you can there's a water in there. There's nothing. And trust me,
That's
you hear some
crazy.
splashing when you're walking on the floor. It's like,
Stop. Stop, that's
oh my
gross.
gosh. I
That,
don't want to tell you
I
the
can
name of
handle a
that.
lot, but
I
that's
won't tell you the name
nasty.
of that place until we do a review on it, which we will in a couple weeks or so.
Oh,
But it's
I know
a,
this
ugh.
bar. I know
I
this
know you
bar,
know this
actually.
bar. Actually, it's one of my favorite bars.
I know it.
But not for the bathroom. It's crazy. But anyway,
Oh,
guys, let's jump into
shoot.
this. We those are our rating systems. We're going to give these places. Well, so the bar that we're going to review today is it's a great bar. It's out of Wausau. We thought we'd give
It
Wausau
is in
another
Wisconsin.
shot, something good. Wausau, Wisconsin. Give them something good since we talked about the shitty chatterbox last time. So um, this bar is called Lopnow's in Wausau, Wisconsin, aka the Sneezer
The
Bar.
sneezer
And
bar.
it's funny why Chris calls it the Sneezer Bar. Because what? Wait, first before we get started, why do you call it the Sneezer Bar?
Why do I call it sneezer bar? So I couldn't pronounce Lopnow's when we first did it. I don't know why.
I
I
know.
think there's an extra P in there and it kind of threw me. Whatever. I just didn't know what it was called. I couldn't remember it for the longest time. But the very first time we went in there, we were sitting there and there was this guy like two tables over. No, he was at the bar. He was at the bar. Yeah, because there's a differing sidebar. There's a differing feel for the two of us. Like I love a bar top. You don't, however, love a bar top.
Nuh-uh.
You want to sit at a table.
Yeah.
So we compromise most of the time. We sit at a table. So we're
I
sitting at
know.
a table.
I'm a big baby.
This guy's sitting at the bar, and he sneezes all over the bar. And I guess this is why you don't do a bar top, right? All over the bar. And not just once, not just twice, like 10
He kept
times
sneezing. It was
in a
crazy. He
row,
was
over and
boom,
over
boom,
and over
boom.
going. And I was like, what in the world? That just, I don't know, stuck with me. So later I'd be like, the sneezer, but that's what I called it because that's what
Yeah. It was a good
association in
bar
my
though.
mind anyway.
It's a good bar because you'd be
It's a
like,
great
"Hey,
bar.
let's go to the Sneezer Bar today," and I was like, "What bar? Oh, the Sneezer Bar, Lopnow's, okay."
The
So
sneezer bar, Lopnow's. Yes,
but
exactly.
the Sneezer guy is their Randy. He was
That's
their
their
Randy.
Randy. That
He
is,
sat
you're
at that
absolutely right.
stool.
Because every single time we were there, he was either sitting at the stool in the bar or playing
Oh, the
a
slot
lottery
machines or
machine,
whatever.
the
Yeah,
slot machines, yeah, and he would
and
have
he always
his
left his drink. Who leaves their drink unattended at a
unattended.
bar?
Not me.
And he was gone. But Lopnow's
Yeah,
is a good place. I enjoyed it because, they had 2 entrances to it, the front and they had the back,
mhm,
which we always use the back because I thought that was the main entrance. I really did because I saw people
right.
going in there. But apparently they were going to the apartments up above it because I thought that was it. So go through the back door. Apparently that was the door. And you go in, and it's a as soon as you walk in, and it's a long bar, and it's really nice because on the side it has the higher tables, which I like sitting at the high tables. Even my little
Right.
short legs, they dangle. But I like sitting there because sitting at a bar, I don't know, I don't like my back open to everything. I can't see, I can't interact with anybody.
I
In
get
my
that.
opinion, I can't. But it had everything. It had the pool table, it
It
had the
did.
slots machines.
I think it had a dartboard too.
It had dartboard there. And I will tell you, the bathroom was pretty clean. It was pretty clean.
The
So
bathroom in the women's bathroom was like the best dive bar bathroom I think I've ever seen.
yeah,
So I have to give props to Lopnow's because they did a good job. They really did. And the beers were the drinks were cheap.
very cheap. I think for I was going at that time. I was going into a gin and tonic phase, so I would get gin and
Mhm.
tonics everywhere I went. Yeah,
Right.
and I think it was what, like $3, $4 or something like that for a gin and tonic. I think it was.
Yeah,
Uh,
it really wasn't that expensive, and I mean,
no.
I either drink a White Claw or I'll drink a great club soda and vodka, and they neither one were really all that expensive, so
Yeah, and had the same
they
girl that
really did
worked
a good
there.
job.
It was, you can
Mhm.
tell it was a, neighborhood bar because it wasn't crowded ever. Every time you went there, it wasn't crowded, but it did have lively conversations going in there. You know, the
Yeah,
guys, the sneezer guy, he'd come in and well, he was always there when we got there. So,
he was
and
always
he
there.
talked to everybody. I'm like that. Forget the sneezer guy. He's Randy. Randy's there. You know, he's talking to her. There's only one young girl that worked there the whole time that we were there, day or night. We went there. She was there.
Yeah,
And no,
yeah,
we didn't go there during the day that much. But we were trying to get out of the house from the ghost. It was closer to the house.
it wasn't
Uh,
far.
yeah, and so she worked there. So she talked to everybody. That Randy would talk to everybody. People come
Yeah.
in, everybody talked to Randy. It reminds me of a good dive bar. So if you are looking for one, so is that the feel you got for the place too?
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it was a comfortable place. I mean, I didn't feel like everybody was looking at us like, "What are these people doing? These aren't regulars," you know?
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
you saw a great mix of people in and out, hanging out,
Yeah.
talking, chat, it just was a good neighborhood bar. And one of the things I realized about Wisconsin that I didn't realize until we were there, literally there's a bar on almost every single corner. So when you say
Literally.
that they're neighborhood bars, they really are. You'll be driving down the street and there's one, oh, there's another, and they're just at, they're in
Two and three in
residential
the same
areas.
bar. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there were guess that's probably why they have a lot of cirrhosis up there too, but I don't
Well,
know. Uh,
what?
but they do have a
Your
lot of
medical
bars.
thing.
I know I'm a
Yeah.
ridiculous person, but they do have a lot of bars, and
Yeah.
we found some really great ones, and Lopnow's is one of them. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that bar. We came back multiple times.
Multiple
There
times,
were a
and the same
few.
lady, she was
Yeah,
really cool. She was really cool.
yeah.
We got the same drinks, and we sat at the same spot because it was just always open in there, you know what I mean? So you'd have to fight for a seat. It was big enough to have seats for everyone, but it was never really
Mhm.
full. So it was good. I felt comfortable going in there, meaning that the environment as well. Everyone spoke to you. When you made eye contact, you spoke to them. They would speak to us, and I would talk back to those guys. It was good. I
Unlike other
enjoyed it.
places,
Yeah. What other place was it?
not the Chatterbox.
The Shitterbox. Anyway, okay, guys, we'll be bringing them up again.
Gotta
But the
let
Shitterbox,
let the
last
Chatterbox
time.
go.
That's right. We're not gonna talk about them anymore starting now.
Now.
Now. But so that's the one. Lop Now's a really good place. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So if you get a chance, if you ever go to Wausau, go to Lop Now. Lop Now's, I think it's spelled yeah, I do have it right here when I think Loppnow. I think there's S on it too, right? Lopnows. Lopnows
Lopnow's, yes. Mhm.
with an S,
Yep.
Lopnows. And literally half a block up the road, there's two other bars. So if you don't like that, you can go
Yeah.
down the street to the other two.
Right? Yeah.
One of
You
them
could
is
walk
one of
from
them
one to
was
the other.
really cool. Is our favorite one out there, and we'll talk about that on another episode. We're going to review that one.
Mhm.
It was literally like a block down the road, and this turned out to be our literal favorite one in
Yeah.
Wausau, Wisconsin. But with that, guys, also we want to little bad news that broke our little hearts a little bit. We're
Yeah, a little
a little
bit.
sad. We're
Yeah.
planning another trip, and we were getting ready to go back to our favorite bar in Davenport, Iowa. And we found out I don't know what made us look online for it. We were looking online doing something, and we saw it.
I
And
think we were talking about it, and I was looking up pictures, and, then we found out
they
that
are
it's closed.
closed. They closed
Yeah.
the 31st, January 31st.
Yeah, they
They
did.
closed. It was our favorite bar in Davenport. We've
It
been there
really
a
was.
bunch of times.
Oh
It was
gosh.
the name of the place is Players. And,
Yeah,
well, the name
players.
was Players, and we had some good times in there. With the Hell's Angels was in there. Is that why they're
They
closing?
were. No, no, I think they got, like, they needed to find another venue, so it sounded like that they might reopen, once
Yeah,
they found a new home. I hope
yeah,
they do because I
yeah,
really enjoyed that place. That was just
yeah,
I mean, that's the quintessential dive bar.
yeah,
Literally, it was, so small, such a small little area,
yeah,
for the longest time in the 6 months we were there, I didn't know what it was called, I think,
Yeah.
because it didn't have a sign,
The
it had
sign on the place or
nothing.
nothing.
But you walk
Yeah.
in and it didn't matter who was there, like people would, "Hey, how are you?" And the waitresses were,
They're
they were
really cool.
friendly, they were really
Yeah.
good. The drinks were they were cheap and, we had our little table, we didn't have to sit at the bar top, which you loved.
Which I love,
Um,
and we literally sat in the same place. That's what we're creature
we
habits,
do,
so if we
we
find a place we
do.
love, we go to the same spot, we
Sit
sit in
at
the
the
same
same
spot,
table.
and we
Yeah.
do everything. So I guess we could be called Randys.
No,
No,
you're a Randy maybe, but not me, I'm not.
you're a Randette. I don't know.
There you go. Players was the one, like, yeah, you're right, the Hells Angels were there one night, and that was the night that it was really, really busy. We
It
must
was
have been
bumping that
like,
night.
it was really busy, and like, every seat in the bar was full, right? So,
Yeah,
I went up to get our refills, and
yeah.
there was some people standing in the middle of this very narrow aisle, and there only one seat that was open at the bar. So, I stood there, even though I saw somebody's drinks there, I stood there waiting for the bartender, and she got my attention or I got her attention and she got our drinks and everything. And this guy comes over to me, big burly biker dude comes over and he goes, you need to have permission to sit there, right? I said, well, I wasn't going to sit there. I just needed to get my drinks. Yeah, that's my seat. And I'm like, that's all right, dude. I'm just getting my drinks. I'm going to head on. And he was like, oh, no, I'm just joking with you. But that was not, excuse me, that was not the impression that I got
Right.
when we were talking. Like, I had to have permission to stand there. I'm like, "Okay, man. Okay." When I sat back down, you were like, "What was that?"
No, no, because you came back, you told me what happened. I didn't see
Mhm,
it
mhm, mhm.
because I was sitting there, and then you came back a drink. You said something about it. So what happened? And you said something happened. I said, what happened? You tell me the conversation, and two things go in my head at the time. One, I got to be a man. I got to go confront this guy.
Right.
And two, I don't want to get my ass kicked by some Harley dudes. No. So
I think that might
I was like, which one said it? Because that's who I am. And you're like, oh no, he was just joking or whatever you said to me about joking. And I was like, which one? And I'm praying that she continues to say, Tony, sit down, don't worry about it. I'm like, which one? Is it this little
Yeah.
girl right here in the wheelchair?
Well,
So,
we know you can handle your own, right?
yeah, yeah, that's it. So when you told me what happened, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I was a little irritated. And but it was nothing crazy because she said he was joking around. And so, I'm not a psycho. So the
Yeah.
night goes on and they're standing there, the girls when they kept going by, what'd you say? Those girls are really looking at you or something. I'm like,
Yeah, they keep looking at
oh,
you, and I'm like,
I'm like,
They keep looking at you. It happens everywhere we go.
I'm like,
Okay,
yeah, you know
stop
why.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So there it was just the whole the biker groups and it's no big deal. So they're having so we're right here at this edge and they're walking by. They're coming in. They're scooching in around us and
Mhm.
sitting down around us. Nothing crazy. Nothing. It was just a small place. So the one guy, I don't think it was the same guy that was talking to you. I think it was a different guy.
It was the
It
same
was the
guy.
same guy.
It was
That was
the
the same
same
guy.
guy.
The big old
Yes.
guy because he kept looking
Big
over
old
at me
fella.
and I'm like, oh geez, I'm like, Tony, keep your smile on your face. Show them that you're no threat. So So he comes over finally towards as the night went on. He comes over and he's like slaps you on the back. He says, I like you. What's like, well, that's a
I
good
don't know,
thing because
man.
I was like, all right. And he introduced himself. I think his name was Showtime or something like that. Well, it was something
Well,
like that. It was like,
it was definitely a biker nickname. I don't know
yeah,
what it
whatever,
was. I can't even remember, but I mean, he did. He introduced himself as whatever it was. Like,
whatever it was.
maybe it was Showtime. It
Maybe
was
it was.
crazy.
I don't know, but we shook hands and stuff, and I guess that was the shake of approval.
I suppose. Hey,
I was
at
like,
least we got to go
nice,
home that day.
right? I was like, "Oh my gosh." It was fun though, and it's nothing said about those guys. They are who they are, and I just like most of these places, most of these guys
Hey,
are just friendly as all get out, you know what I mean?
they really
And
are.
I do believe that guy was joking with you because when he came over at later on, he was joking. He was nice. All the
Yeah,
people
yeah,
around
he
us was
was.
nice, so
He
it
was
was fun. But we're going
intimidating to me. I mean, I'm a short
Yeah,
little girl, right? Like, I'm tiny.
yeah,
I'm only,
yeah, you're
I can barely make 5 foot.
5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's like super big, tall guy, and he has that big burly, grovelly voice, and I was like,
yeah, he
"Oh,
was great.
I don't
Yeah.
know." It made me a little
So
uncomfortable at first. However, very nice guy.
I know. He was a nice guy at the end of the night, and when you told me what had happened and, you know, he sang he was joking around, and I was praying to God he
Yeah,
was.
right?
So, it was a lot of fun, though. That was such a great time. We've been
Mhm.
back to we went back to Players so many times, had some
Yeah,
great
we
times with
really
their
did.
yeah, bands that would come in there, and I don't see how they got a band in that place. Remember that little they had them all they were by the door, you know?
Right,
So you
that's
come
it,
in,
that's all they
you
had.
walk
They
in, you're part
tiny
of the
little
band.
thing, karaoke and dancing all in one right there at the very beginning of the bar.
Yeah, as soon as you get in there, and it was a good time. We had some, good
Mhm.
memories in there. Met some great people throughout the in there. So we come in, and every time you come in, I love when if a bartender acknowledges you when you come in. I think
Yeah,
that's really cool, and I like that.
that's
That makes you that
that's
warm feeling.
yeah, no, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right. That's what keeps us coming back is,
yeah,
if you acknowledge, if you're friendly, if you're, you can be busy. Hey, I'll be with you in a minute, but just acknowledgement, that goes a long way.
yeah. It goes a
I
long
can
way.
get
Yeah,
behind that. So, yeah,
yeah,
that was one of our favorites. We were sad to
yeah.
see that they closed. We're hoping that maybe they'll
They find another
they'll
venue.
find another venue, and the next time we come back to the Quad Cities, then
We'll be able to go in there hopefully
we'll
soon,
be
though, because
able
I want
to.
to get back there and go there because we did see a couple places there we will be reviewing, but I was looking forward to reviewing the players. Just the more
Well,
stuff
we
about the
kind of
place is
just
just so
did, I
good.
think.
What we did, it's a half one, you know what I mean? It's
I
not as much
know.
depth when to go with the place.
It's with the
Um,
with the little
yeah,
bittersweet.
it's bittersweet. But what tells you how cool this place was, did you say that little thing I want you to read
I did. Yeah.
what they wrote to their customers and stuff as they're saying goodbye? But listen to this, and this is really
Yeah.
cool how cool they are.
Yeah, so it says to everyone who has stepped into players over the past 3.5 years, thank you. We hope that when you left that you had a good time and a cold beer. We weren't fancy. We didn't sell drinks that had smoke coming out of them or fruit that you've never heard of. We sold beer, vodka, whiskey, and tequila. And they didn't even sell like brand name. They did for your gin, but
No.
not for my vodka. But that's
Well, they
okay.
knew that's what I
I didn't
wanted,
mind.
so.
Right. We had TVs and a thumping jukebox. We were a bar anyone can come in and have a good time at. We were and still are players. And that is really kind of that's the theme of the entire bar. And it really,
Yeah,
really was.
it really was. It was
Just
a great
such a
place.
comfortable place. We really enjoyed it. And I know that,
Yeah.
it was a wide variety of people that came in there. And that
Oh my
was
gosh, everybody was there, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't
Everybody.
I don't want you to get the impression that it was just a biker bar. It really wasn't. It
No,
was
it
everywhere.
wasn't.
I mean, all ages, all everything. They had a Randy. They had a
They
couple
they
Randys.
sure did have a Randy. We talked to
They
the
had
Randy. He
a
stood
couple
right here
Randys.
with his with
Yes,
his back against me the whole
he
time.
sure did, didn't he?
So, "Are you Randy?" "Oh, I'm
He
sorry."
sure did.
He's a giant. I don't know if
Yeah.
he probably was just somebody that I don't know if he worked there. Not worked there, but was there all the time. I thought he was the owner the way he was there all the time, but maybe he wasn't. I
Mm,
don't know, but he's a great guy. We
I
talked to
don't
he
know.
talked to about Savannah, telling us places to go in Savannah.
Yes, I do remember him. Yeah. He was actually I kind of got the impression that he was kind of on the board for East Davenport, like that little tiny little town of East
But he probably
Davenport
was. He
was
probably
or like the
was.
city council or something like that because he took a lot of pride in his town and it's seriously just a tiny little speck of,
Yeah.
a little part of Davenport and it but
Yeah.
he took a lot of pride and spoke very highly of it and we really enjoyed that
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
So
Enjoyed it.
but I kind of
Yeah.
got the impression that he was maybe on the city council anyway. But
It may have been, he's a really good Randy. He should
or he's a really good
you know
Randy.
he's a
Exactly.
great talker. He could hold a conversation, and you felt
Yeah.
drawn into his conversation.
Yeah.
It
He
was
was
really
very
good. So
kind. Everybody was good.
yeah. So with that, we wanted to give a toast, farewell toast. We both have our gin and tonic because that's when we were going through the phase of gin and tonic,
Right?
and we just want to toast him and say, players, hopefully we see you again and real soon. You were great to us.
See
We had
you.
a blast, and we'll see you again.
Cheers,
Cheers.
players.
But anyway, guys, that was been great.
All
That's been our
right.
episode. But before we get out of here, we do want to do our official rating scale, so we can tell you about what the ratings we give each one of these bars. So let's start with the bathroom.
The
What do
bathroom
you give?
report.
What rating do you give the Lop now?
Oh, well, Lopnau's Princess Pizza approved. I mean, it was the
That
it
name is
was
so funny.
the thing, right? Like it was super clean. It was always fully stocked. It was clean. And it had individual stalls. Like I'm not one for going in to open the door to the one what we call in my family a one holer. Like that's just not my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, I know. I need to have some stalls. I need some privacy, right? So
Yeah, some
but they
privacy.
I need some
Yes.
privacy. So they actually were the best. So they have a Princess Pizza approved rating.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Fair
and
enough.
as far as players, the thing about players I loved was the bar. The thing about players that I didn't care for was the restroom because the restroom was an afterthought, I feel like, maybe a little. And it looks like maybe
Yeah.
there have been a couple parties that have gone a little too far in that restroom. It was a one-holer, so, I mean, there was only a toilet, it was a single thing, you go in the door, which didn't even lock. Like, it
Yeah.
looked like
The little
it
thing.
was locking with hope and wishes, I think, because I don't think the handle
Where,
even
where
had a button.
did you have to hover, or did you did you hover
Yeah,
activate?
you had to I mean, I had to hover, so, I mean,
My gosh.
I'll give it a, I'll survive. I feel like some days may be better than others. I do give them props for having some candles. I think they kinda tried to
Candles.
they did. They tried to fix it up a little bit. It was almost like putting lipstick on a pig sometimes, but, it's all it's alright. I know they tried. You only can do what you can do with what you got, right? I mean,
Hey, hey, I
you
feel
know,
you.
but
I feel
that's
you.
why I say I'll give it a, I'll survive. It's not the worst thing I've ever been in, but it certainly isn't the best. So that's
All
my
right.
bathroom
Fair enough.
report of both of our bars for this evening. So
All right. All right. So let's give it our that's good. Let's give it the final sticky mugs. Let's go with the sticky mug. So if we're going with Lop nows, what's the sticky mug you're gonna give that one?
so Lopnose, I think gets a 3. Um, I think it gets a 3. It's a certified dive bar. It's a legit certified dive bar. It has weird cheap
Yeah.
drinks. It's got some weird sneezy locals, and it's got and it's got a story. Hence the sneezy locals that you can tell for ages.
Okay. All right. So you know what? I'll have to agree with that. I will agree with you on that. It's a place you can go to and just hang out. It's not a place that
You
you'd
can.
run to and say, "Hey, I gotta go over to Lobnow's today. This is the place we gotta go to." But it is a place where if the nights, like, I want to go somewhere, oh, Lobnow's over. Let's go over there, and you'd hang out. You'd hang out. You wouldn't have a. It wouldn't be the night of your life, but it'd be a good night. You just chill, good relaxing night. So I'll agree with you. So now, what did you give our favorite place in the world? Not in the world, Davenport, that's now closed and hopefully it'll open up
Davenport.
again somewhere.
I
What would you
know,
give
right?
players
Yes.
as the top one? What would you
So
give players?
personally, I feel like it's Randy certified. I think they
Okay.
deserve because it's my favorite of the ones in Davenport. I think they get 5 sticky mugs. They get Randy certified because they
All
had
right.
at least one, if not two, Randys there every single time we went, and
Yeah.
maybe the bathroom kind of plays in with the sticky mug rating. I'm not sure. I mean, do you,
Right.
most dive bars have, questionable material in the restroom. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
for me, they're Randy certified.
All right. You know what? I will agree with that just because I thought they were the best. They were just really cool in that area. Excuse me. So I will agree that it's Randy certified. Yes, they had several Randys in there. They had 2 Randys, and the bartenders were very nice, and they all were very, friendly. So
Yeah, they
so
were.
they were very friendly, and
Well,
they
hey,
were dressed
those young
dressed,
ladies, they needed the tips and they knew how to make
hey,
them,
and
so
they made them very well, you know what I mean? See, that's why I kept sending you back. That's why I let you go back to the wait a minute, I didn't let you. That's why you kept insisting going back to the bar. I
no,
couldn't
no,
go
no,
over
no,
there.
don't you put
I
that
couldn't
on
go over
me,
there.
man, I don't care. Yeah, don't put that on me. Uh-uh.
But no, so
No.
but I will agree with I will agree that the players gives it our 5 players in Davenport. So keep an eye out for the players in Davenport, guys. Keep an eye out for that place. And hopefully they'll open back up
Yeah,
soon. They just closed at January 31st of this year. So hopefully they'll open
well,
up again.
hopefully
So
they
with
will
that,
be.
guys, yeah. Yeah. So
All our people in the Quad Cities, they gotta go over and, check out players when they start up again. We'll have to come back.
yeah. Yeah, and it was a great place. So guys, that's our show for today. I really appreciate you guys. Well, we appreciate you listening to us and checking us out. Thank you for the support you've been giving us. If you want to
Absolutely.
support us, I hope you will go to our YouTube channel at the Dive Bar Hunters and subscribe and follow and all the stuff you can do there. Share the word out there, spread it out. Follow us on all the social medias out there with Instagram and Facebook and wherever else. And you can also listen to us out there on Spotify, Apple Tunes. Is it Apple Tunes? Yeah, Apple iTunes,
Yeah, I think so.
and Amazon Music. We're on there, and of course on YouTube. So follow us and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And also, guys, if you do want to support us financially, or if you, you want to support the hunt, as we say, or just want to buy us a beer, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/. The Dive
The
Bar
dive bar
Hunters.
hunters.
That's right. So buymeacoffee.com/. The Dive Bar Hunter. So, guys, that's been us. That's been Tony and Kris. Once again, we appreciate you. We love you, and we will see you when we see you.
Bye, y'all.